Hello guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day and I hope you will enjoy this beautiful Norwegian scenery here in the background while we talk about today's topic, which is not that nice perhaps, but it has to be talked about because the mainstream media is not talking about these things and the truth has to get out there. So Peter Sweden here. So in Sweden, things not really working out at the moment. Basic emergency services cannot get out to certain places because it's too dangerous. So there's been quite a lot of problems recently in the Swedish city of Uppsala, in particular a no-go zone called Gottsunda. Now last week cars were set on fire. It all started out in the evening. 10 cars were set on fire by arsonists, and the fire services refused to go out to put out the fires before they got a police escort by the SWAT team, by the riot squad. So imagine this. Imagine your car being set on fire by some criminal gangs in this no-go zone, and you call a fire brigade for help to put out the fire, but they won't come. It actually took them 3 whole hours before the fire brigade came out to put out the fires, because they were waiting for the police SWAT team or riot squad to escort them, because they were afraid of getting attacked by the gangs in the no-go zone, because they've actually experienced this before, where they have thrown rocks at the firefighters. So that's what they were afraid of. They were afraid of being hit by rocks by these gangs, because one thing that these people have been doing quite a lot recently in Sweden is that these criminal gangs in these no-go zones, which very often consist of migrants, they have been maybe putting something on fire, and then they have called the fire services themselves, and then they set up an ambush where they lie in wait for the fire services to come out, and as soon as they come they start throwing rocks at them or fireworks or firecrackers and attack them. And they've done it with both the police and the firefighters, so they are very skeptical of going into certain areas now. So it's come to this in Sweden now, that basic emergency services like firefighters can't reach out to certain places because it's too dangerous even for them. Now, in this particular area, Gottsunda, there's been quite a lot of problems recently. They believe that these car arsons were a revenge attack by these gangs, because the police have been doing some operations in the area, you know, dealing with stopping drugs and weapons and so on. So they believe that the car arsons were a retaliation because of that. Now, the interesting thing is they did another operation in that same area a couple of days ago, and early last morning, something very bad happened. A hand grenade was thrown at a police car, and I believe this is another retaliation by these gangs. So the hand grenade was thrown at the police car, and luckily it missed. It bounced off an electricity cable, but it damaged 8 other cars. And an anonymous police officer told Swedish media that, quote, the whole police force is in panic right now, unquote. So this is what has come to now in Sweden. You have these criminal gangs running around these no-go zones, creating mayhem. Basically, it's an attack on democracy. They are attacking Swedish way of life, Swedish society as a whole. It's not acceptable at all. But what are the Swedish politicians doing about it? Absolutely nothing, because it's not politically correct. And what is the mainstream media, what are they doing? Well, they're completely quiet about it, because it destroys their narrative about Sweden being this perfect liberal utopia, when it is not. So mainstream media is completely quiet about this, what's happening. You know, it's really insane. I recently read on the website voiceofeurope.com, which is a very good news website. They reported that a Belgian police officer said that, quote, they were at war with migrant youths, unquote. And I kind of think that this is the same thing happening in Sweden. These people, you know, they recently moved here a couple of years ago as migrants, many of them, to Europe. And now they're trying to, basically, many of these people haven't integrated very well at all. They form separate societies, where they form these gangs, and they basically declare war on the rest of society. That's basically what they are doing. So Swedish politicians need to deal with this properly, but they're not. And the truth has to get out there, because many people in Sweden don't even know this is happening, because the mainstream media is so completely quiet about it. So make sure to share this video, guys, all over social media with your friends, to help get the truth out there, because the more people watch this, the more truth we get out there, the more we can help people understand what's actually going on in the world. So make sure to share this video, guys, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell as well, so you don't miss any new videos when they come out. And leave a comment below too, and if you want to support my work at all, please consider supporting me on Patreon or PayPal. I'll leave the links in the description below. Anything is highly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.